Hello and a very, very good afternoon. This is yet another episode of Motivate. যেখানে আজকে আমরা 37th episode we are going to start and we will be joined by Dr. Saurav Das, Associate Consultant Cardiology from Apollo Multispeciality Hospitals. এবং আজকের এই এপিসোডে আমি এইটুকু বলতে পারি যে Dr. Das is somebody যার সাথে আজকে আমার ফার্স্ট ভার্চুয়াল এই আলাপ. But I am really excited and eager because he is, first of all, a fitness freak. Right, Dr. Das?
I try to work out because we are in a very busy schedule. We are very busy, almost working for 10 hours a day. So still you need to find out some time for your fitness because I feel health is wealth.
So this is an image of Dr. Saurav Das. So this is absolutely you hitting the gym like a professional. In your life, gym e jawa, the importance of fitness. If you can just take back, since when did you realize the importance of staying fit?
We are living in a society which is full of stress. Its work stress is very high. Even stress is all around. So I feel that one needs to relax a bit as far as mentally or physically also. So ওর জন্য সবথেকে ইম্পর্টেন্ট জিনিস হলো কি you have to keep yourself fit to the best optimal way. আর আমাকে মনে হয় কি we spend a lot of time in doing other things, gossiping, talking to our friends, going out, eating junk foods, and so if that and even for that matter we party a lot. Also আমি ভাবি কি if we can save a bit of a time for our exercise, if we can regularize our eating habits, if we avoid eating junk foods, so on a long run it's going to help you out because I feel that body is like a temple. It's like an instrument. So the more you take care of it, the better it is. If you don't take care of it on a long run, and you are going to suffer, because we have been seeing so many patients in and out, like once they hit the age of 50, those individuals whose sugars are not under control, whose pressures are not under control, finally they land up in a cardiovascular disease, and they land up in kidney failure, or ultimately they go in dialysis and all. So I feel that from a very formative, or I'll say rather put it from the age of 25, 26, if an individual can adopt a healthy lifestyle, a healthy approach as far as his physical activities is concerned, his food habits is concerned, and not taking junk foods. You can take junk foods once in a blue moon, it's not a problem, but on a regular basis it should be avoided. And if you can take proper rest, that is almost 6 to 7 hours of good sleep, proper exercise, is you don't need to go to the gym. Any form of exercise, whether it's yoga, meditation, functional exercise, or even you are into cardio exercise, walking, swimming, any form of exercise is, for that matter, is good. And yes, if you can control your diet, right, I'll tell you, there's no need for you to take medications. So from the very formative days, you need to have a very clear-cut approach that I need to take care of my body, because ultimately if you land up because we say that having a diabetes is like a slow poisoning. So if you're not taking care of your sugar levels, also on the long run, you're going to definitely land up with a cardiac problem, with renal problems, with eye problem, what we call in our medical term as diabetic retinopathy, diabetic neuropathy, diabetic nephropathy, as well as you can have cardiomyopathy as well. So what I feel is sugar and pressure.
You can just break it up in normal language.
আমি ওইটা বলতে চাই, sugar আর pressure আমাদের Indian subsets there. I feel ওইটা হলো সবথেকে two most important culprit disease. আর এটা কি হয়, it will not cause an immediate effect to your body. আমার সুগার আছে, আমার প্রেসার আছে, আমি কিন্তু খাচ্ছি, একটু মিষ্টি খেয়ে নিলাম, কন্ট্রোল করলাম না, ওষুধ খাচ্ছি না টাইমে. I have seen many of my patients, they don't take medications in regularly, or they're highly irregular, compliance টা ভালো না. So I feel that if you are not able to control your sugars and pressures, subsequently long run definitely you will land up in problem. After 10 years down the line, you may land up with a diabetic nephropathy, যেটাকে আমরা বলি kidney রোগ, ওকে sugar pressure হলে definitely you will land up in kidney problems. আপনাদের এরকম হবে কি কিডনি there will be derangement of kidney functions, আর যার জন্য subsequently people land up in dialysis. আর প্রেশার বেশি হলে sometime it has been seen it can cause stroke, it can cause brain stroke, acute infarct হতে পারে, কিংবা হার্টের প্রবলেম হতে পারে। হার্টের আমাদের যেটা বলা হয় মেডিকেল টার্মে এই কনসেন্ট্রিক হাইপারট্রফি, এলভিএইচ, লেফট ভেন্ট্রিকুলার হাইপারট্রফি, যেটাকে আমরা মেডিকেল টার্মে বলি হাইপারটেনসিভ হার্ট ডিজিজ, ওইটা হতে পারে। সো মোস্ট ইম্পর্টেন্ট থিং is you need to adopt ways and you have to do lifestyle modifications. On top of that, medications in time, holistic approach towards life, and you can ensure that you can have a better life if in the future, and you will not land up in any medical catastrophic situation, I feel.
So basically each time when you have hit the gym, it is not only for looking good but also to ensure that you stay healthy and you can preach health because your profession takes care of us. So I can see some really nice images of you, strolling and visiting the world. So when you travel, do you ensure that সেখানেও you include fitness or you just focus on walking?
So I ensure that I don't overeat it whenever we go abroad for a holiday or something like that. Yes, you are on a holiday, you cannot restrict yourself. You can enjoy your meals, your food, your drinks and all. But
And
yes, everything in moderation is good. I feel everything in moderation is good. We never binge as far as food is concerned, as far as drinks are concerned. And সবথেকে ভালো জিনিস যেটা হয় কি, আমরা abroad গাড়ি ইউজ করি না বেশি, আমরা walk করি, we walk a lot. So that is one form of exercise. You don't have a gym around, in and around, so you can walk a lot, or almost 4 to 5 kilometers when you are in Europe or in UK or in in the Middle East country, not in Middle East, in US. You need to walk a lot, so 5 to 6 kilometers of walk a day, that adds up to your exercise regime. So you don't need to go to the gym separately and work out. But definitely I feel that yes, you can enjoy. That is what is my approach is, you can have parties, you can enjoy your life, there's no harm in it, but everything has to be in moderation. There's a concept of poison কাকে বলা হয়? Poison বলা হয় anything in excess is known as poison. Whether
Right.
it's food, whether it's drinks, whether it's anything, মানে কোনো জিনিস excess, if we do, or if we incorporate in our life in excess, it's like a poison to us. So I feel that one must always go in moderation, and one must know where to put a full stop and where to take the U-turn. And you can have your fun, you can enjoy your life, but at the same time you should know where to stop, or what is right for you. And as far as you said that when you work out, it's not about how good you're looking, it's not about that, it's about good. I've seen many individuals who are very good looking, pretty, সব ভালো, কিন্তু ওদের যখন আমরা মানে মেডিকেল টেস্ট করি, they have the most unhealthy reports. Trust me on that. So problem holo ki looking good is not important. What is important is how healthy you remain, how strong you are, and how mentally and physically how good you are. That is more important. Looking good is just for for the outsiders. Okay, he looks good, but maybe that person is inside, from inside he's having all types of disease. He may be and for that matter, those individuals, I'll just tell you, all my audience, now the concept in young individuals, in younger generations, has come that we take branched amino acids, pre-workout, creatinines, they take anabolic steroids. I have seen many young individuals, young people who are heavily into workout or into physical activities or who into glamour industry. They have landed in a cardiomyopathy. They have landed up in steroid-induced cardiomyopathy, because anabolic steroids are not good. See, you cannot take it on a day-to-day basis. And steroids are only given in acute conditions. In acute medical conditions, we give steroids. So those steroids, when it is taken on a long-term basis, it can lead to catastrophe. It can lead to, as far as cardiology is concerned, it can lead to steroid-induced cardiomyopathy, and ultimately your LV function goes down, and you may land up in a sudden cardiac death also. Because have you, in the recent goals you have seen very young individuals. We have came to know
Yes.
that very young individuals like Siddharth Shukla, then KK, who was in his early 50s, he's and many young individuals for that matter, they have died suddenly. There had been a sudden cardiac death, or they had landed up in acute MI. When they were brought to the hospital, they were declared dead. So why this is happening? This is happening because nowadays people are more into who lot of more into this steroids, more into branched chain amino acids. They take creatinine for the muscle mass. So invariably, what is happening? It is going to affect your kidney. Steroid is going to affect your heart, and when people are into a lot of drugs, because I don't know about, and even Puneet Rajkumar, the day he died, he was doing a jog, he was jogging, and he had a sudden pain over his chest, and when he was brought to the hospital, it was an acute MI, and he finally succumbed. So I want to say that don't even if you are exercising, being to remain healthy, you always know what is your limit, because everybody has its own pattern. Everybody has his own pattern of as far as exercise is concerned, as food habit is concerned, because one form of diet may suit you, the other form of diet, that same diet may not suit the other one.
Right.
So you should know that at what are the foods which suits me, and what is the intensity of exercise I should do, or individual should do. Nowadays many people are into cardio. They do a lot of jogging, walking, they do treadmills and all. So before going for that, at least take an advice of a cardiologist, is because you may have a baseline in uh, electrical conduction defect, or ECG, some ECG changes must be there, or you may have some form of cardiomyopathy which has always which has not gone diagnosed. So before hitting the gym, one must always is, and if you're going for an extensive workout, I feel heavy workout, I feel they should consult a cardiologist or any physician for that matter, to know the baseline ECG, because we have seen in many individuals, those who exercise, they suddenly fall down, and there's a sudden cardiac arrest. So you may have from medical term, you may have a baseline Brugada syndrome, you may have a baseline aortic stenosis. যদি আমাদের কি হয়, আয়োটাতে যে valve আছে, if there is a stenosis of that valve, and a person doesn't know that he's having this disease, and he goes and just the trainer tells, no sir, আপনাকে মানে almost 5 kilometers per hour speed আপনাকে brisk walking করতে হবে, he may land up in he may suddenly fall down and he may die. There may be a sudden cardiac arrest. There many reports, many cases has been reported like this. So any individual, any youngster, or anyone who is into the glamour industry, or who wants to have a good body or a good health, I feel one should undergo a baseline ECG. They should test themselves as far as echocardiography is concerned. Sometimes what happens, if the LV wall is quite thickened, we call it hypertrophic cardiomyopathy. It is a genetic condition many individuals may have. So if a person is not knowing about his disease condition, so if he goes for any vigorous physical activity, he may land up in a sudden cardiac death. So the chances of sudden cardiac death is very high in individuals below the age of 40 years, particularly in hypertrophic cardiomyopathy. So my advice to all the fellows, to all the my viewers, is that you have to undergo baseline ECG and echocardiography, and a consultation from any, for that matter, a physician or from a cardiologist, before you who hit the gym in. And একটা জিনিস হলো, health is more important than beauty, I feel, on a long term basis.
True. Ajke, we have been joined by Dr. Saurav Das, who himself is, of course, into fitness. আমরা দেখেই বুঝতে পারছি that apart from being a very successful cardiologist, he is actively into fitness and prioritizes health a lot. My next question would be that এই যে off the rack steroids, we walk into a store without the prescription of a doctor. We buy things off the rack. A lot of gyms also sell fat burners, fat cutters, fat dissolvers. So, Eita Shamunde, what is your take? How we should protect ourselves.
I think nowadays when you go to the gym, a lot of trainers, a lot of gym owners, they try to sell their products. They tell you to take whey proteins, tell you to take
Yes.
branch and amino acids pre post workout drinks and all. They tell you to take creatinines. Okay. And many also advise, if a person is going for a bodybuilding competition, many do advise for anabolic steroid. I tell it is a complete no. Whenever you are when you see, you have to follow a regime which you can continue for a long term. It's
Right.
not a short term thing. It's not that you work out put and you are taking steroids for a month or so and then you stop it. No, it's not about that. You have to maintain a nice healthy approach, which lifestyle in on a long term basis. So I feel that particularly when you are taking anabolic steroids without the prescription or without the advice of a doctor, you should not take it, because I have seen many individuals landing up in steroid induced cardiomyopathy. I will give you an instant. There was one army fellow. He got a job up in a bank. No, he was actually he was an army fellow. He used to take steroids because he was also a good runner. He used to run for the army, so he had shortness of breath. He came to my clinic with a shortness of breath, and he said that, doctor, uh, previously I can run for a kilometer also, but nowadays even if I'm walking for 700 meters, I'm having this shortness of breath. I'm gasping. So when we did an ECG, there was some doubt. We did an echo. When I did the echo, it was completely, the left ventricle was almost dilated. It was dilated, and his LV function was around 34 to 35%. The normal LV function should be around 55 to 65. So where is 60 is a normal, around 55 to 65 is the normal LV function, and his was only 35. So when I took up extensive history, he said that he was actively into anabolic steroids. And it's a reversible. Trust me, it's a reversible process. So I told him just stop it. I gave him medications and I told him to review after 8 months. We'll do a echo after 8 months. He came down after, I think he after a year he came to me, and when I did the echo, his LV function improved drastically, and it came to as high as 55, 52%, 55%, and his symptoms, everything got much better. So I feel that before taking steroids, please and please, particularly for the younger generations, I want to tell, and those who are into, see, those are all this is not the real world actually. I
True.
feel so whenever someone is telling you, because those who are promoting their products, they are not doctors, they are not professionals, they don't have that at medical background. So obviously they will sell their product and they will lure you to buy their product. So I feel that, and before doing that, please take the opinion of the doctors. And anabolic steroid is completely no. Even if you're a professional bodybuilder, even if you're into modeling and all, anabolic steroid is a complete no. Yes, branch and amino acids can be taken to a certain extent, and people who are taking creatinine, in the problem is that the excretion takes place through the through renal excretion takes place. So what happens automatically, once your creatinine level goes up, when you get yourself tested at blood test you do, when you if your creatinine level goes up, finally you are going to land up in a kidney problem, and you are going to have a kidney disease. So I feel that, and your nephrons, the functional units of the, to be more precise, the functional units of the kidney, that is called nephrons, are going to be damaged by excessive intake of creatinine. So what you want a great body but a very poor kidney. Ultimately you will end up in a dialysis, and ultimately what will happen, and you will have a lot of problems, and ultimately the CKD, you will have a chronic kidney, you will end up in a chronic kidney disease, and you are nowhere to be seen. The only chance is either you go for a maintenance hemodialysis or you go for a kidney transplant. If you want to do that, then go for the steroids and all. But I feel that it's a complete no.
Got it. We have a question from Pooja Sarkar. She has written that দীর্ঘদিন ধরে heart blockage আছে বাবার. So her father has had a heart blockage for a long time. Operationের সময় clear হয়নি. So 6 years ago, operation did happen, but that blockage is still not clear. But now
I will tell Pooja, ওনার কি coronary angiogram হয়েছিল?
she's also written that এখন ওষুধ পত্র খাওয়া বন্ধ করে দিয়েছে. So now he's apparently stopped his medicine, and she's now asking whether there are chances of any problem that might happen.
Yes, there will. You cannot stop medication like this abruptly. The main thing is that at যদি ওনার angiogram হয়েছে, আর ওখানে blockages আছে and it has not been cleared. If maybe the doctors must have advised for a angioplasty, যেটা আমরা বলি stent, ring বসানো বলি. To be very precise, in Bangladesh and in many of the Bengalis they use the term called ring বসানো. Wherever there is a stenosis of more than 70%. And blockage আছে ওখানে আমরা স্টেন্ট বসাই আর যদি if it is not we cannot do the plasty in such cases if it is heavily calcified কিংবা left main system is involved তাহলে আমরা ওদের বলি to undergo CABG, that is open heart surgery. I feel that medications যেটা উনি খাচ্ছেন ওনাকে ওটা খেতেই হবে. You cannot stop the medications like that. Or if you have any issues you can come down to us. We can evaluate your father. We can see what medications he is on, onar ki blockages ache, onar ki previous reports ache, and I can give you a very apt suggestion what to do. But yes, whoever has given you medications, babar ja medication uni khachen, then he has to continue with that. He cannot stop the medications abruptly. He may land up in trouble if he is not continuing with his medications.
Right, just a few more minutes from you, doctor. Basic একটাই জিনিস জিজ্ঞেস করার আছে, এই যে the names we mentioned like Siddharth Shukla, and there are so many commoners. This young girl of just a few weeks ago who was just about 18 or 19 years old, she suffered something very serious while at the gym. So which are the symptoms that we cannot avoid, or the signs that our body gives naturally, to which we should be alert and concerned and visit a doctor immediately or go to an emergency without wasting time?
I'll tell you, there are certain subtle signs, particularly in females. I'm talking about females and those individuals who are suffering from diabetes. Usually chest pain is very uncommon. And if females are giving a complaint, particularly ladies are giving a complaint in that I'm having chest pain, or some form of chest discomfort, without fail, they should go and visit the doctors. They should not tell or say that amar gas hocche ye mane what most of the people do usually ki eta gasher problem, gasher oshud খেয়ে নাও. So any form of chest discomfort, or I'll say a bit of dizziness or easy fatigability in the sense that what work you were able to do previously, now you, even if you're doing the normal physical activities, you're getting fatigued, you are getting easily tired. If you are having those symptoms, please go and visit the doctors. Ar jodi gham berochche, usually you are on a AC, you are having what we call in our medical term as diaphoresis. Is jodi gham berochche, একটু chest discomfort হচ্ছে, ভাল লাগছে না, শরীরটা লাগছে কি মানে you are feeling as if some kind of chest, you cannot have a classical chest pain always, but chest discomfort along with sweating is also an indication that they must visit the doctors, as if it is happening at regular interval. Number 2, many cases it happens in male, young females and male. Whenever you are going to the gym, please be hydrated. Hydrate yourself and go. Drink ample amount of fluid before you land up in the gym. Number 2, make sure that you get properly checked by the doctors. He certifies you to go for extensive workout by seeing your ECG or echo. I feel that. Number 3, in male khetre, when you're walking, when you feel that you're having some form of chest discomfort, but don't take it lightly. Some form of chest discomfort, or you're having some form of dizziness, head relief, you're feeling nauseatic. Many times it happens when you do a you repeat a step and all, or you feel nauseatic, you have a vomiting tendency, always remember you should visit the doctor and get things cleared out. And number two, who any form of syncope, মানে আপনাদের প্রিভিয়াস হিস্ট্রি আছে, আমি বেড থেকে উঠে হঠাৎ করে বেড থেকে উঠে আমার মাথা ঘুরছে, কিংবা suddenly I'm getting up from my chair in my workplace, yes, I'm getting head reeling, or I have gone to a salon, a good Habib salon, where they are cutting your hair and you are getting a head reeling over there, or you get unconscious. Why? Because we have our carotid bodies, our carotid sinuses over here. So what happens many times, you go to a massage parlor or a spa or any barber shop, where they tend to move your neck. So invariably what is happening, it is causing a compression of your carotid sinus. So that can also lead to a syncopal attack or pre-syncope, যেটা আমরা বলি unconscious হয়ে যাওয়া. If you're having those symptoms, I feel you should visit the doctor ASAP, as quickly as possible. Well, these are the early indications of you may having a heart disease. And exclusion is always better, I feel, and prevention is better than cure.
Absolutely. We have with us Dr. Saurav Das, and it's been a very enlightening session. Kintu just sir ke ektai last question korte chai, that because we spoke about gym, and a lot of people would enroll themselves in a gym every minute. So basically, before enrolling yourself into a gym, are there certain things we should check whether the gym has these facilities, and also the gym owners basic infrastructure that they need to maintain, so that there are no catastrophic outcome for anybody who's unaware of their health? Basic things
Yes.
a gym should keep or do, and this is an appeal that if you can tell it today.
Yeah, particularly to all the gym owners, I'll say, because see, they're into a business where they want to have as many members as possible.
Yes.
So usually they don't want to make the membership difficult. So I will advise them that any individual who is above the age of 40 years, more than 40 years, they should undergo some basic prelim medical checkup. As I told you, to see their ECG,
Right.
echo. Oh, why I want to see the rhythms, because what happens when you are working out, or when you are doing a lot of rigorous workout, your heart rate as well as your blood pressure tends to increase, what we call as positive inotropic and positive chronotropic effect. Okay, so your body and your heart must be adapted well to take up of that heart rate as well as take up that blood pressure. Suppose a person whose heart rate is always around 70, 72, but after working out to a greater extent, we see his heart rate is jumping up to 170, 180. So do you think he will take it lightly? He will have gross palpitation. So those things has to be taken care of. And yes, is those individuals, they should always put up these questions, that any individual who is joining gym and going to work out, do they have any family history or past history of heart ailments? So there are many who may have a congenital heart disease, these idle congenital heart disease, in the form of a atrial septal defect or a ventricular septal defect, right? Or they may have a hypertrophic, as I mentioned, in young individuals, like they may have a hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, or those individuals who are having aortic stenosis, significant aortic stenosis. Is so, in these conditions, once they are not supposed to do rigorous workout, they are supposed to get themselves thoroughly checked up, and then they should take up the membership. Because what happens, if any catastrophe happens, if anything happens, you people are not well equipped to handle the situation, because you are not medicos, or for that matter, even the medicos would have been there, they wouldn't be able to do anything, because they don't have the support system over there, right? So I feel, in order to avoid such untoward situation and catastrophic situation, I feel a thorough prelim evaluation is essential before they go to the gym. And one more thing, the basic first aid box should be there. At least some of the gym members should be knowing, should be trained about knowing to how to do the CPR, that is known as the basic cardiac life support, BCLS, what we call as how to give a CPR, even if the person faints what are the subsequent things, what are the basic things the person should do. I've seen in many individuals, they bite their tongue, there will be uprolling of the eyeballs, there will be frothing from their mouth. So in such situation, they should know what are the basic things they should do in order to prolong the life, until and unless the paramedics are not arriving at the scene.
Right. We have some questions. Last question, and this is it. Dr. Mohua Datto has asked a very pertinent question. How do we distinguish between real heart pain and phantom pain caused due to anxiety or panic attack?
Yeah, actually, the real chest pain, I'll tell you how it is described. It is, you'll have a retrosternal pain, and it will be basically over just in the epigastric region, just at the upper abdomen. You'll have a chest pain, and this pain will be radiating to the left arm. Classically, left arm it will be going in. It may radiate to the left hand as well. Well, it may radiate to the jaws or the jawline. You'll have a pain, and it may radiate to the back, and associated with a bit of shortness of breath, and there will be sweating, খুব sweating হবে, আর একটু বুকে ব্যথা হবে, and pain will be radiating on the left hand side. So if you're having these symptoms, then it is a classical indication that it may be a real heart attack or a MI. And if you are getting a panic attack e ki hoy, you will get some bit of chest discomfort. Why it is happening? Because when you are having apprehension, lot of anxiety, you are in panic attack, your heart rate goes up, your heart rate shoots up. So when your heart rate shoots up, it will cause palpitation hole এ যেটাকে আমরা বাংলাতে বলি বুক ধড়ফড় করা, and you will have a generalized sense of uh, diffuse, very vague chest pain you will have. So if you're having a heart rate, let's say 140, 150, you are apprehensive and you are having this chest discomfort or generalized chest discomfort, which is not localized, means it is, particularly if it is localized, when a buke ব্যথা একটা particular জায়গাতে হচ্ছে, but it is not radiating to your left arm or to your jawline or to your back, then it is a panic attack.
Right. Thank you so very much, Dr. Das, for your extremely valuable feedback. And আজকে থেকে কিন্তু আমাদের দলে আপনাকে আমরা একজন মোটিভেটর হিসেবে মানে পেয়েছি, and thanks to Apollo Multispeciality Hospitals. And we are the inspirers who are trying to lose weight, and you all are the motivators who are inspiring us to lose weight and achieve our health goals. And we take a promise from you that আমাদেরকে এভাবেই আপনি গাইড করবেন and show us the light when we need it.
And one more thing I'll tell you, that is, don't take any white thing. Sugar, no sweets, no maida. You should not take all these things. And if you're taking sugar, don't take it after 6 p.m.
Yes, and Dr. Mohua has written, thank you, doctor. This has helped. A lot of people have sent hearts for you. And I'm sure that a perfectly, a doctor with such great personality and physique, and who is just not into medical solutions, but also you are into fitness yourself, and you have shared such, great images for us to feel motivated about. Thank you so very much, Dr. Das. It was a pleasure meeting you and knowing you. Any last message for everybody watching?
Just one thing: take life easy. Don't go by the social norms. Everyone is special. I feel every individual is special in his or her own way, and don't compare yourself with anyone. You are special in your own way. It's your body. That should not be body shaming. Even if you're fat, you're healthy. If you're healthy, nothing better than that. And don't go by the looks. Don't go by what. Even I've seen six-pack abs or most chiseled body, most shredded body, having the worst lab reports possible. So don't go by the external beauty. And most important, have a very healthy. Be disciplined as far as your food is concerned. And don't take outside food. I always say, if you want to take outside food, take once in a blue moon in 10 or 15 days, is once in 10 or 15 days, but not on a regular basis. Stick to home food. Would stick to at least sleep for 7 to 8 hours a day, if not 6 hours, minimum of 6 hours of sleep. And try to de-stress yourself. Whatever things you can do in order to de-stress yourself, you do that. And yes, at least work out 30 minutes every alternate day. That is going to be good enough. 3 days in a week or 4 days in a week, it's good enough. And trust me, it really helps. It will get down with your sugar levels. It will help to maintain your the tone of your body. You will be more agile in your your life's your physical and mental well-being, because when you work out, endorphin is released. Endorphin is a feel good hormone, and dopamine is released. So when you're working out, dopamine and endorphins are released, and it will give you a feel good factor. So you are going to work out for yourself, not to impress someone else. So just follow this, and God bless you all.
Thank you. I think that takes care of Kuheli's question, যে হার্টকে হেলদি রাখার জন্য কি কি করতে পারি. That's what Dr. Das has said. Thank you very much. Happy Pujo to you. And পুজোর সময় একটু বাইরে খেতে তো হবেই আমাদের. So I think this is the right time to prepare ourselves for a fabulous festive season. Thank you, Dr. Das. Thank you so much. Happy Sunday, sir. Bye.
Happy Sunday.
Thank you. So that was Dr. Saurav Das today with us as a motivator who joined us on behalf of Apollo Multispeciality Hospitals, and it was a pleasure having him on our show. With this, আমাদের এপিসোড আজকে হবে শেষ, কিন্তু এভারলাইটের একটা ভিডিও যদি নাই দেখি তাহলে তো ব্যাপারটা পুরো ইনকমপ্লিট। Senco Gold and Diamonds এর এভারলাইট কালেকশন, a collection to fall in love with each time. আমি যখন আমার টার্গেট ওয়েট অ্যাচিভ করবো, যেটা এই বছর একটু দূর লাগছে, most certainly I'm gifting myself, and you know what the heart is telling us? Don't take it lightly. Shell and diamonds and everything beautiful and perfect. Senco Gold and Diamonds and Everlight collection. And অন্যদিকে iPhone 14 হয়ে গেছে launch. 98315445559 is the number to reach out for everything and anything tech. With this, আমাদের এপিসোড আজকের মতো হচ্ছে শেষ। We request everyone to share the episode. আমাদের মোটিভেটেড এই গ্রুপকে অবশ্যই জয়েন করো। সবাই মিলে হই হই করে 2022 কিলো যদি নাই কমাতে পারলাম তাহলে তো বছরটাই খুব ইনকমপ্লিট। And to all the viewers, thank you very, very much. Thank you, Mohua, for such a considerate message. Thank you, Archana, and thank you, everybody. Thank you, Shuman. Thank you, Ishita. And Pooja and everybody যারা আমাদের জয়েন করেছো, থ্যাংক ইউ ভেরি মাচ। আশা করা যায় আমাদের ফেস্টিভ সিজনের প্রিপারেশন দারুণ চলছে, and we'll see you soon আগামী থার্সডে, মানে এই থার্সডে রাদার, যেটা শুরু হলো আর কি সপ্তাহটা। দেখা হচ্ছে জয় অফ লাইফ at 7 PM. টেক কেয়ার, খুব ভালো থেকো, ভালো রেখো, হ্যাপি সানডে।